Old Township Council meeting. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance. Please remain standing for a moment of silence and for a prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As customary in this chamber, we stand for a moment to remember those who are protecting our freedoms, both here and abroad, for our first responders, for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. And this evening, Dr. Anita Greenberg would like to be recognized.
Yes, I would ask for a moment of silence for those with a horrific anti-Semitic attack in Australia. 15 people murdered, ages between 8 and 87 years old, and 40 other people injured, just for being Jewish and celebrating the Hanukkah season holiday. And also for the devastating slaughter of 2 students and 9 injured at Brown University. It's unbelievable, the evil that exists in the world. Please keep their families and the victims in your heart and in your prayers. A moment of silence.
Mr. Fischetti, our prayer.
Dear Lord, bless your servants in the Ministry of Public Affairs who serve you in this chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear your voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right, and grant that we have a good conscience and soul at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro? Here. Councilman DePalma?
Here.
Councilman Desai?
Here.
Councilman Garcia?
Here.
Councilman Murphy?
Here.
Councilman Pasquitti?
Here.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? And Council President Sohar.
Here.
This meeting is being held in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice has been given to the official newspapers of the Township on January 14, 2025, and has been posted in public places. Next open public meeting of the Township Council will be the reorganization meeting on Thursday, January 1st at 12 p.m.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone, to the meeting. We'll begin tonight with auxiliary officer retirement. Mayor Walker.
Good evening. I'd like to call Lieutenant Doctors to come forward to have a retirement of one of our auxiliary police officers.
Good evening, everyone. I am Lieutenant Doctors. I am here tonight on behalf of Chief Thomas Montagna to present this plaque in appreciation and to commemorate 37 years of service to Robert Grassi, who is retiring from the auxiliary force. Robert has served the department and the community for 37 years as a special law enforcement officer and auxiliary officer. The chief, the department, and the township would like to congratulate him for his 37 years and thank him for his service. The chief couldn't be here tonight, but he would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank Deputy Chief Peterson and Sergeant Mataconis for all their hard work that they do with the auxiliary unit here. So, Robert, if you want to come up.
Okay, I want to thank everyone who's here. I'm truly humbled and grateful to Mayor Walker, Chief of Police Montagna, Town Council, and the citizens of Old Bridge for recognizing my 37 years of service as an auxiliary officer. As auxiliary officers, our role is to be the eyes and ears of the department. I'm sorry. Just, I shouldn't have folded this. I didn't memorize it, you can tell that. So as I said, as auxiliary officers, our role is to be the eyes and ears of the department. While we are not assigned to the most dangerous situations, the job still carries risks, whether assisting a motorist on Route 9 or providing help at a community event, crossing families, make sure they get across the street safely. Most people don't distinguish between auxiliary officers and sworn officers, so when we show up on a scene, they see your uniform, and they're happy to see us, see a presence, and they know help is nearby. Special thank you to Old Bridge Police Captain Blahoda and Sergeant Marticonis, and to the ranking members of the auxiliary unit for the dedication for the day-to-day work, keep the unit running, namely Deputy Chief Ron Peterson, Captain Matt Mikulowski, Lieutenant Vic Singh, Sergeant Pete Cartwright, and Sergeant Jim Duran. Naturally, all my fellow officers that I've patrolled with over the years. In closing, I want to say I've always been proud to wear the Old Bridge Police uniform, and thank you very much for the honor.
I want to thank Robert for his 37 years of service to our community. We are so lucky to have a great police auxiliary in our town. You've probably seen them all around, helping people cross at the fields and all around town, or Little League, and we want to thank them all. And thank you so much for your 37 years.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations, and thank you from the council. Okay, next public hearing, H1, Performance Guarantee Release, Oak Tree Plaza, EOM 538, Route 34, LLC, Block 11252.14, Lot 21.11, application number 39-18Z, carried from the December 2nd, 2025 meeting. No additional noticing required. Okay,
Well, Madam President, I'll handle that.
Please.
Nicole Shapiro was supposed to be here. I don't know if something that happened to her, hopefully not, because I'd spoken to her this afternoon. So basically, just from the beginning, that the hearing's going to be continued, and I'll give the reason why. At the December, was it the third meeting, the December 2nd meeting?
yes, second.
It was discussed that the former property owner would do a certain amount of, and these are my terms, cleanup work. I'll call it fall, winter cleanup, and he agreed to do it prior to proceeding with the hearing on the release of the performance bond. Subsequent to that date, there was a meeting conducted and organized by Nicole Shapiro, our township engineer, with the former property owner, with the new property, a representative of the new property owner, including an on-site individual, a property manager, and the actually landscape person who's going to do landscape work for them. I know Councilman Atsatuli also attended that meeting, along with the individuals referenced. And during the course of that meeting, they went over the berm issue, where they discussed various items that needed to be addressed, and where subsequent to that meeting, Nicole Shapiro had memorialized and summarized each of the parties' responsibilities, and who would be doing what and within which time frame. Now that Nicole's here, she can take over, and I'll interject. How was that?
Thank you, council. I apologize for being late. I heard the most part of what Mr. Roselli had said. There was a meeting that had happened Friday, December 5th, in which, Councilman Asatuli, myself, Fred Kish, our Assistant Township Engineer, myself, the property manager, Israel Harrell, who is the property owner's rep, And then also Noah Friedman, who was the prior property owner who's responsible for the planting of the berm and the subsequent replanting of the berm that happened in June 2025. I think it was a successful meeting. I think we had taken a look at the berm and given suggestions on what can occur in the springtime to make it more green. Last meeting, I know that Mr. Roselli had gone on the record that the property owners, the former property owner was going to maintain or have that upper berm maintained and cleaned up and do a full winter cleanup. He had taken on that responsibility. I had sent a recap of that meeting that occurred on Friday, December 5th, on December 10th, Wednesday, December 10th. From then, I didn't hear anything from the current property owner or the former until today, when the attorney was asking if they were going to be heard tonight. When I had resent this email and said, you know, as the last sentence had said, as per our meeting that was held in front of council, you were going to clean up the top of the berm and you were going to maintain it and do sort of a winter-fall cleanup of the top of the berm. The response was it was done last week. And Mr. Roselli and I had had a conversation. Obviously, it's snow-covered this week, so I'm not able to go out and verify that, being that they had told me that had occurred today. I had asked Mr. Roselli if we could postpone the hearing for today until I can get verification that they had done that work. Certainly by the end of the week, I'm confident that with higher temperatures on Thursday, that hopefully the majority of the snow will melt, and I would be able to do that. Unfortunately, that would mean that we would be in the January timeframe for them to come back for a hearing for the bond release. I know it's important to the residents that we start off and get on a better foot with this. So I asked, and you know, in reviewing it with Mr. Roselli today and just my comments, it was a lengthy email that I had to recap. And I wanted to make sure I divided what was the responsibility of the prior owner versus what's the responsibility of the current owner. And as I described to Mr. Roselli on the phone today, what I saw was, and there was an email chain that had come to my office at the end of August, and from the property owners on Sheila Court, and I used that with the new owners, and I was conversing back and forth with them on what is going on with the property maintenance of the berm, because the grass had grown pretty high. And, you know, at that point, they didn't have, since they had taken over the property sometime in July till late September, they had no landscaping crew out there. And so I thought it was the beginning of September, and when I reviewed the emails again, it was towards the end of September that they had no landscaping crew. So that was almost 3 months of neglect on the berm. When I had taken a look out on site, and Councilman Asatuli would remember this, I had told them they have a lot of Phragmites, and those are it's like a tall grass with like a cattail at the end of it. And what I had noticed is, even though they tried to sporadically plant that at the top of the berm, because there was no maintenance over this 2.5-month period that the new owners had taken over and there was no landscaper on site, the Phragmites migrated down the slope. And so when you look at the photos and you see the yellow isn't grass, it's just cut down Phragmites. And so what I had suggested to the new owners is that in the springtime, they should scarify the soil and they should replant their side or the apartment side. Now, Noah Friedman would be in charge of the backside. And I noticed that the Phragmites were on the top portion, but down the slope, you would see that there was grass sporadic there. So he's going to till that soil, he's going to he's going to put topsoil down, and he's going to seed again to try and achieve that. They also have to then remulch the top where the trees are. So from the resident side of things, they're going to see that mulch bed around the top of the trees, but they really have to clearly define that top area. So from the resident side, once they complete that work, they're really going to see the majority of it is going to be this mulch bed instead of the greenery, unless they get up on a ladder and look over the fence, because the fence is already 6 feet high. I also asked them to smooth out a little bit the slope on that side so that it was a little bit more mowable, because as you come towards the east, it gets a bit more steeper, and I think, bless you, I think that's why they're not able to consistently mow it. You know, it looks like they're more weed whacking it. So that's what we had discovered when we were out there. And we had walked, there was a conversation about where's the delineation line between the commercial and the residential. I did define that. I did not send them the plan I have before, but I will resend it after this. And I think we just need a little bit more time, obviously. I guess I didn't know it was going to snow, although Casey did warn us last Friday it was going to snow. I guess I didn't believe him. It hasn't snowed in a while. So anyway, I do have this email on the responsibilities. I know that Councilman Asatuli was on there along with Mr. Roselli and the applicant's attorneys and the management company and the new owner, but I'm happy to circulate this to council. But other than that maintenance on the top, or that full cleanup that the prior owner had promised us at the last meeting, he did complete. I thoroughly reviewed it with our inspector that was on site and with our inspector on site and with the landscape architect from our consulting firm who I had out there to ensure that they were doing the right thing. And so that berm was seeded. It did have topsoil on it. They did replant. It certainly is better than what it was the first go around. But I did tell the new owners, do what I'm suggesting, not only to the berm, but to the rest of the green areas on the property to try and achieve a little bit more. But I think a lot of the problems that we're having now was that summer neglect. And so the new owners seem to be on board. I'm going to give them one more chance and see how it goes.
So if I could pick up, so what Nicole didn't, she actually advised in her email, you'll see this party, what parties' respective responsibilities, right? So it sets out exactly what they're going to do. And one of the things that I had advised the former owner, who appeared and agreed to do the fall, I call the fall-winter cleanup, he had agreed to do it. I think when they were on site, given I think what Nicole had discovered as to some of the cause of what had transpired subsequently, the new property owner manager agreed to undertake that responsibility. However, as I told the former property owner, he may have done that, and Nicole, agreed to do it. I said, but on the record, you agreed to do it, so I'm not going to have the hearing unless and until Nicole has an opportunity to review the work that was supposed to be done. And so while there was some pushback, not a lot, there was some pushback, I advised them, no, Nicole's going to have to be able to inspect it. And then from that perspective, we'll make a determination relative to, again, the work that Nicole spelled out. You don't have it in front of you, but she specifies exactly what has to be done. And then that will work into the future bond release. And then for us trying to ensure from the town's perspective that we have sufficient, I'll call sufficient collateral in the event that he were not to do the work, that we'd have access to it. Because again, remember the bond was for the former property owner to do certain work. We have the memorandum or the memo from our consulting engineer, which said that the work was completed. So our footing is not so solid, but I'm working through it, right? So the goal is to make it sure that the former property owner does what Nicole specified that he's going to do. Make sure we have the ability, to the extent he doesn't do that, we have something to go against. That's not a paper bond, because ultimately he would have to post a maintenance bond, and I want to make sure the work's done, or we have the building, if he doesn't do it, because a lot of this work's obviously going to have to be done in the spring. And then relative to the new property owner, because of course, you know, they don't have a bond and they bought the project, and as I had discussed with Councilman Asatoli, that becomes an enforcement issue, right? To the extent, like any property owner, right? To the extent that a property owner doesn't maintain the property, doesn't take care of it. So certainly, if there are reports of that, well, then we have a property maintenance code that we can utilize to enforce that perspective. So for tonight, for purposes of the hearing, I advised Mr. Clauser and his client that we're going to continue hearing to the next regularly scheduled, not the reorg meeting, the next regularly scheduled council meeting, which, no, it's not, is it scheduled yet? All right, we can't think, we need to know, because I'm not going to require them to notice. So the next regularly scheduled meeting is going to be January 27th, right?
We don't vote on the meetings until January 1.
I get that, but you have a schedule.
We have a preliminary schedule, January 13th and January.
Oh, so 13th is on it. Okay, I didn't know, I thought January 27th, 13th wasn't on it.
We decided to add
Okay,
January
13th.
13th.
So, sorry, so I guess, all right, so the 13th is one of the meetings. So then what we're going to do is we'll adjourn the hearing date to January 13th without there being any further notice, presuming the schedule will be adopted, which it probably will. So that's where we are. Anybody have any questions for myself or for Nicole?
Well, I'm glad we're, moving forward with this. The homeowners are here, and I just, want to make sure they know where we're at, what's going on, and what the future holds. So this way they can be here for the rest of this process. I'm sorry you guys had to come out tonight, but this way you're aware of what's going on and when the next meeting is going to be. And if you have any other concerns, to make sure you get them to me, okay?
Yeah, and again, just, it didn't, literally all this transpired within,
Yeah, no.
Last,
It's
like,
just,
4 o'clock
it's the
today.
holiday
Right,
week,
get that.
I can imagine.
right. But I'd rather be safe and hold off rather than them going forward when we still have
No,
work.
absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Approval of minutes, resolution approving regular combined council minutes of October 28th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro. Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Bill list, Mr. Garcia.
Yes, thank you. Bill list as of December 16, 2025. Accounts payable, December 16, 2025, $16,070,014.38. Payroll, December 5, 2025, $1,365,152.99. Payroll overtime, December 5, 2025, $46,750.91. That completes my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anna, do you have a breakdown, please, of the overtime?
Yes. For the December 5th payroll, we had a slight uptick in recreation due to our Thanksgiving food basket distribution. And for the sworn police overtime, the total overtime cost was $34,657.60. Deduct grants, $6,950.59. Deduct ETO, $10,931.16, for a total of $16,775.85. And that was 255 hours of overtime. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to accept?
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman DePalma. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia,
Yes.
Councilman Murphy,
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini,
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli,
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Public hearing and/or adoption amendment for those ordinances for second reading. H1, ordinance amending the code of the Township of Old Bridge, specifically Article 8, Daycare Program, Section 160-30, fees for before and after-school care program.
We have a motion to open to
Open.
the public?
Move it.
Moved by Councilman DePalma. Second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. All in favor?
Aye. Okay, we're now open to the public. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance H1?
What should I say, Kate? My name? My address?
Just your name.
Nina, Old Bridge resident. Can you explain what this ordinance changes are about?
Matt? Matt?
So.
Matt, do you want to?
I got it, yep.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This was an adjustment to the before care costs effective the February registration. So that
So it-
only affected the before
It
care
lowered, it
cost.
lowered the price, is that what it was about?
Yes,
And
yes.
what is the price going to be?
310 versus the 330 it was originally.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Anyone else in the public wish to be heard? Seeing no hands, I'll close public portion. I'll ask for a motion.
Move it.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Councilman Asatuli. All in favor to close public?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none?
Okay, does anyone have any comment from council on my left? Anyone on my right? Okay, then I'll ask for a motion.
Move it.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second. Second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Next will be consent agenda. I'd like a motion and a second, and then we'll ask for separations. Do I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Murphy. Councilman Asatuli, any items for separation?
No, thank you.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
No.
Councilman DePalma?
No, thank you, Kate.
Councilman Desai?
No, thank you.
Councilman Garcia?
I have none, thank you.
Councilman Murphy?
No, thank you.
Councilman Pasquini?
No separations, thank you.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
No, thank you.
Council President Sohar?
No, thank you.
Okay, so roll call on the entire consent agenda. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay, reported the township clerk,
I have no report.
reported the township attorney.
Nothing to report, Madam President.
And administrative report, Anna?
Thank you. Recycling Center extended holiday hours. Due to the high volume of cardboard and electronics this time of year, the recycling yard will stay open until 3 p.m. on the last 2 Saturdays in December, the 20th and the 27th, and on January 3rd, 2026. Please visit oldbridge.com/recycling for extended hours or join our Facebook group by searching OB Recycles on Facebook. 2026 Christmas Tree Collection. The Department of Public Works will begin collecting Christmas trees the week of January 5th. Visit oldbridge.com/recycling for the full schedule. As a reminder, this pickup is for real trees only. Artificial trees can be thrown right in the garbage. Please make sure to remove all decorations, lights, and tree stands before placing the tree at your curb. Parks and Recreation 2026 Winter Program Brochure. The 2026 Winter Parks and Recreation Program Brochure is now up and viewable at the Township website. Online registration began on December 15th, 2025 at 6 p.m. for residents. Non-residents may register for the township recreation programs beginning December 22nd, 2025. Some of our offerings include Lego, robotics, engineering, and coding classes and karate classes for children. And for adults, we have adult cardio, kickboxing classes, and adult ceramics. We offer over 20 different ice skating classes for children starting at the age of 4 that include starter lessons, group lessons, and private lessons. Please visit our website at oldbridge.com/recreation or call 732-721-5600, extension 4999 for more information. And I do have just a couple additional items. On December 5th, the PBA 127 and PBA 127A held their annual Cops for Kids holiday party for our food bank clients and their families. It was another great event. I would like to thank Sergeant Jim Ford for his continued effort of running this great evening. I also want to recognize all of our township employees. Last week, the township held its annual Employee Appreciation Week as well as our Appreciation Luncheon. It was a great week to give back to our employees. We had a great lunch on Friday as well. We started something different this year and did administration recognition awards for some of our employees. As I mentioned during the luncheon, I wish I could give every single one of our employees an award because everybody's gone above and beyond this year. But I do want to mention the individuals that were picked for this recognition award, and that includes Jody Cantillo from our Finance Department, Detective Keith Weiss from our Police Department, Kevin Wall from our Public Works Department, Alfredo Neves, one of our ACOs, Sergeant James Ford, and Melissa Johnson, our new HR manager. So we want to take a moment to just recognize some of the employees that went above and beyond, but really, I would like to thank every single one of our employees for working as hard as they did this year. And on that note, I will wish you all a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and a happy and healthy New Year.
Very nice. Does anyone have any questions for Anna? No, I just want to say, Anna, I attended the luncheon, and it was really, really fantastic. What a great job you do and the staff does. It was fun, a lot of fun. I think you really, try to get everybody together and do kind of different initiatives and make it really a nice time of year for everyone. Thank you so much. It really was great. It was very, very nice. Anybody else? No? Good? Okay, so I'll take a motion to accept her report.
Move it.
Okay.
Moved by
Okay,
Council
too
Vice
late.
President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Report approved.
Next will be public comment on any subject matter for a maximum period of 3 minutes.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or items in the consent agenda in accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Old Bridge Rules of Council. The council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Only one member of the public shall approach to speak to council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker is finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. The township clerk will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting. As you approach the microphone, please state your name, no addresses.
I need a motion to open to the public.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Murphy. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open to the public.
Okay, anyone in the public wish to be heard? Good evening.
Hello, I'm Dowda Carroll. Good evening, everyone. So, comments. Jill DeCaro, this is your last council meeting. So with that, I want to say thank you for your service, everything you have done. I would have to say it's been my favorite channel, monthly channel on YouTube. Too bad it was just once a month, but given, that I got to see my movie star, the prettiest councilwoman in Old Bridge. But One thing as a Ward 4 resident, what I'd like to say is we really appreciate you acknowledging all the speakers, whether the speakers, had a problem, had a concern, or even had a compliment about how things are done. And with that, even though it's not questions and answers, a lot of times, over these last 4 years, I've seen people come up here and just speak about their concerns, and crickets. I see new agendas, that get rolled out, and, for council comments, or, not many people really said anything, kind of get the feeling that things were rubber stamped. That's just the way it appeared. I'm sure that was not the case. But thank you also for probing into information that you did know, or information that you wanted to call to the public's attention, asking for more information. Can you tell us more about that when someone's making a proposal, right? So you're really the only one that did that. So as being the resident in Ward 4, the champagne is chilling at home, baby. So with that, thank you for your service and everything you've done.
Hi, my name is Lorraine Kelly, and I wanted to speak to you tonight to thank Jill DeCaro for her selfless service to Old Bridge. Jill cares about all the residents of Old Bridge, and she listens thoughtfully when residents are speaking, and she respectfully answers their questions and tries to help them in any way she can. Jill has continually asked questions and made recommendations to improve our town during the meetings. She is honest and trustworthy and empathetic, and has served the residents faithfully. Unfortunately, Jill lost her re-election bid by only 34 votes and will no longer serve on the town council. It is a great loss to Old Bridge to lose a leader who has such a strong sense of what is right and wrong and always fights for what is right. Jill has devoted her life to serving Old Bridge. First, she was on the PTA, then she moved on to Board of Ed, and now she's on the town council. We need people of strong moral character like Jill on the town council, and I believe this is not the last time that we will be hearing from Jill. Jill, thank you so much for your service to our town, and I hope that in the not-too-distant future you will return to the town council and help Old Bridge thrive. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Freshta Tayyip. Happy holidays, and thank you to all the councilmen and women that give their time and dedication to Old Bridge. Happy holidays, and wishing you all a happy new year. I also wish what the pastor had mentioned earlier tonight during the tree lighting. He had a message of unity. So thank you to those departing our council for your services, and we pray for continued unity. Tonight, with honor and with deep gratitude, we thank Councilwoman Jill DeCaro for her service to our council. We thank you for the way you led with presence rather than distance, and with listening rather than assumption. In moments when voices feel fragile or unheard, you've always created space for them to rise with dignity. You remind us that leadership is not only policy and process, but patience, compassion, and the courage to stay engaged. Your commitment to Old Bridge is felt in the everyday details, in conversations held with care, in decisions shaped by empathy, and in the quiet consistency of showing up. Thank you for honoring the many cultures, the stories, and the hopes that make this community whole. Your service strengthens trust, and your humanity brings warmth to public life. We are grateful for your stewardship, for the respect that you extend, and for the future you help nurture. One thoughtful step at a time. We will miss your leadership and your class.
Hi, Catherine Whitley, resident of Ward 1. Thank you, Councilman Garcia, for your service, and to you all. I appreciate all the work you've done, all the hard work. And I have a quick message for Jill DeCaro. Jill, when I think about the work you've done and the light you've brought to our community, I'm reminded of the menorah, and in particular, the shamash, the center candle. The shamash is known as the helper or the servant candle. It is the one that stands slightly taller, not to outshine the others, but to share its flame, to bring light to every other candle on the menorah. In that same way, Jill, you have been the steady light at the heart of this community, and Ward 4 especially. You've used your energy, your compassion, your leadership to ignite and light the best in others. In Ward 4, your neighbors, the families who call Old Bridge home. You've done your work, not for recognition, but to make sure everyone else could shine. Thank you for that. Your dedication reminds us that true leadership is about standing apart. It's about lifting others up through challenges and triumphs. You have kept our community grounded in kindness, driven by purpose, and fueled by light. Thank you for your wisdom, your warmth, and your unwavering commitment, to Old Bridge. May the light you've shared continue to inspire us all, season after season, year after year. Thank you, Councilwoman DeCaro. Thank you all. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah.
Nina Joknowitz. Okay. First, I wanted to say that there's nothing more I can lead on because there were so many really nice things said about Jill. And this gift is under $10, which is accepted by the community, by the council and past things. So Jill, this is for you. I'm going to put it on the chair because there's a wall here now. I also want to say that while Jill is also leaving the council this cycle, she's not the only one. John is also leaving. So for John, also under $10, a little dog walking gift. Not to forget also Kieran Desai, who has done a lot on this council, and for many, many years, as everybody on the council knows, Kieran has sat on other boards free of charge, listening and learning and making sure that he keeps the residents safe. And this is for Kieran Desai, also under $10. Finally, because the rest of the council also deserves a gift. It is a gift which is a little bit different in tenor. It is a gift to remind you that next year I expect you to do better. I expect you to choose and pick and positively vote on the people who are recommended by Democrats, not just by the Republicans on the council. It would be nice if you actually listened to the community, the entire community, not just the Republican end. That said, I will be bringing food over to the office. Don't worry, ladies. But for the rest of the council, Eric, I expect you to do better. I'm looking forward to you doing better. It's a lump of coal. It wraps, so don't worry.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Mary, because I also expect you to do better. You have done better, but I'm looking forward to next year. Okay. You're welcome. You're not supposed to speak back in the council meetings. Anita Greenberg-Belli, I also expect you.
You can keep it, thank you. Thank you, you can keep it. I appreciate your kindness.
You're welcome. Darren, also for you, because I know that you always need a little bit of love in your sugar and your... Kevin. You know what's really funny? You guys don't want to respond to anybody, but you love responding to me. And this is exactly why the community comes up and you guys are mean to them. Merry Christmas, everybody. Tony, also lumps of coal. Kevin, enjoy your retirement from the council.
How you guys doing? My name is Dan Ergo. First of all, I don't want to leave you out, Kevin. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Although we met only recently, I appreciate all you did. Councilman Murphy, thank you. I think you guys are doing a great job. Maybe Nina would have won if you guys were doing a bad job. So, we'll see from there. Merry Christmas. Have a good night.
Mary Ann, I lived in Old Bridge for over 20 years. I can't top that, but I'd like to please say to Kevin, I've appreciated all your work you've done. I know I live in Cheesequake Village. You had to take a lot of your time when you were president there, and you gave a lot of time here, and I'm sure your wife is going to really appreciate it that you be home more. Thank you, Kevin, and good luck.
Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to be heard this evening? Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sri Harsha from Old Bridge Township. Old Bridge Point A. It's a new development in this area, and I moved here in March. And right now, I'm the board member in the township. We have a HOA, so the developer still hasn't completed the property yet. So he's still trying to finish his project plan, and we have all the residents pushing back on the voting to transition from developer-based HOA board to homeowners-based. And we are not in a position to overlook everything that's done right. And we have reached to township for seeking help in understanding the engineering plan and make sure that everything is being done as per the code. We have issues like sidewalks, and the detention pond has not been done right. They have dug out twice, and they did. We heard like it's been done right at this point of time, but we're still not sure because they always had developments running in the property, and we see a lot of debris flowing into the catchment. So we have raised this concern, but we haven't heard any plan from them. And we also have issues with the street paving. They haven't done it, and we're at the point like they've been pushing us to take over the board, and we're not sure like if all these developments that's still pending is going to come up to HOA. So last Friday, they were pushing for voting, and we had a Zoom meeting to pick up the board members, and all of the homeowners had concerns to push back with the same agenda, and they just dropped off the call saying like we're not moving forward. So we are in a point like we're not sure like what's the next steps. They kind of threatened us like they could resign from their positions and leave the board without board members. Right now it's like 3 board members, and I'm one of them, and 2 of them are from the developers. So if they leave like from the position, we're not sure like what's our next steps in terms of transitioning the board and getting things done from them. They had a verbal confirmation that they are still liable to do the project plan, and they have a bond holding up from the township. However, that doesn't give us any confidence in them.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're going to have to. Have they reached out to your?
It's the Old Bridge Point A next to the Chevy dealer. It's on the Poor Farm Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Cedarview? What's the name of the development?
It's called Old Bridge Point A.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many seats do you have as?
It's 3 seats, and one of it is from the homeowners.
Right. And the other 2 are from the developer.
Yeah.
Okay.
They haven't tapped any funds from the HOA right now. They're paying the management company and insurance from the HOA funds. And like as a board member, I have nothing to excise from the duties. And we were informed like when we have 75% of the homeowners occupying the neighborhood, it would be like one other homeowner onboarding into the member, like the council, but they didn't follow the bylaws. Like they came down all the way to the year, and now they're saying like, pick it up and you have to handle it.
Send us an email with your, this information, and then we can, speak to engineering and so on. Right. Yeah, we're gonna give you a card.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. This way we can outline and see, a little more clearly what's going on. Okay, so send it out in an email. This way maybe we can, get it together, make an appointment and see, yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no,
and
no,
happy
not at all.
holidays.
Thank you.
See you.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the audience that wishes to be heard this evening? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion, close public portion. Move it. Second. Council.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed to public comment portion. Council member comments. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes, thank you. First, I want to say congratulations to Robert for 37 years of service. Thank you so much for serving the town. Also, I want to say something about Casey Lenning. During the snowstorm, Casey, I reached out to you, right? And there was a situation where some older people couldn't get out, right, because the snow was there. And I said, listen, Casey, I got a situation. Can you please help me out? In 2 seconds, he texted me back, hey, bud, I'll head over there right now. That's what real service is, brother. I just want to say thank you. You took the time out of your day just to get a text, and probably you were with your family maybe at the time or out and about, and you went out there yourself. Am I correct? I knew you did. I wouldn't even call to question it. That's exactly what we do, and I want to thank you for that. And I know the residents appreciate you more than you know. So thank you, Casey, for everything that you do, my man. Thank you. I mean it, bro. Also, I want to say congratulations to Thomas Montagna, the police department, and the residents. Route 9, this year, in 2025, there was no fatal accidents. Due to the presence of the police department, and you got to give credit to the residents too, right? Everybody, so thank you to the Old Bridge Police Department, to all the police. We appreciate you. And Kevin,
Yes, sir.
my man, I'm gonna miss you, bro. This gentleman here, when I've been running for a couple things in town, and he always supported me, my friend. And there's one thing that he always said, even when he debates, when he speaks. He was a cop for 20 years. 25, God bless you. And he has one word that he used, I think, 50 times. All he wants to do is help. Gonna miss you, bro.
This is what we do.
And thank you so much for everything, man.
This
Gonna
is
miss
what-
you a lot.
this is what we do.
I love you, brother, and I know the residents are gonna miss you too. So all the best, and to everybody here, hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and an incredible New Year. God bless everybody.
Councilwoman DeCara.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, let me keep that on. First, I would just also like to extend my condolences to the families of the senseless killings in Australia and at Brown University. It's just senseless, and we really do need to do better as a society. I also want to extend my condolences to the family of Rob Reiner and his wife, which really does highlight mental health and drug addiction that just is really really hits hard and really can cause some devastating effects, as we all just saw yesterday. I want to thank you all for coming out and speaking, saying such wonderful things. I did not expect my husband to speak. He was supposed to just come and sit nicely. But but thank you guys. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you did. I probably would have been best if we kept it nice and stopped there, but and I apologize for that. But anyway, and I did not catch your name, I'm so sorry, but I'm glad that you came out. I'm glad that you spoke. And I'm glad that that you got the email address. And, definitely when you put something in writing, it's definitely easier to, address and respond to. So thank you for coming out. And that's the one thing that I do want to say, this is, as you all just heard, this will be my last meeting. It has been an honor and privilege to serve Old Bridge these past 3 years, 8 months on the council, prior to that on the Board of Education. And the one thing that I want to really drive home is just, as residents, pay attention, keep coming to meetings. This is your town. And, it is incumbent upon all of us to be aware of what's going on. Things are discussed in meetings. And, it is incumbent upon everyone to just make sure that they are knowledgeable of what's happening and what's going on. So I want to also wish everyone moving forward a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a happy Kwanzaa, and a happy New Year. And I would really like everyone to start 2026 off with a knowledge of an embracing of kindness and respect. And that goes both ways on all sides. And I think that we can get a lot more accomplished with kindness than we can any other way. I also want to say thank you to Kevin for your last 4 years. It's been nice working with you. And to John. It's been nice sitting next to you for the past 3.8 months. And I'll miss you guys on my flank. So, but thank you. And have a wonderful holiday, everyone.
Councilman De Palma.
Thank you, Kate. As we kind of get into the holidays, right, the last couple of weeks of the year especially, just a reminder for folks that they are still collecting toys for the Toys for Tots. The townwide pickup is this Saturday. So the main pickup points in town are Quality Chevy as well as All American Ford. So if you do have any additional toys that you would like to drop off, please make sure you drop in there, and I'm sure they would love if you bought a car. But please, if you do have toys, drop it off. I believe the pickup starts somewhere early Saturday morning, so if you can, drop it off prior to then. Also, I would like to thank Kevin, Jill, and John for your 4 years of service on this council. Oh, sorry, John, 8. John's got 8. And Kevin and Jill for your 4. I think people see us up here the few times a month, plus whatever other board meetings. I don't think they understand the amount of time that it takes that each of us put in. So thank you, all 3 of you, for your time up here. It is sometimes a tax and a toll on not only ourselves, but also our family. So thank you to the 3 of you for your time. And then finally, just everybody just have a wonderful holiday. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, and have a happy New Year. Thank you.
Councilman Desai.
First, I want to recognize the fellow council people who will be not here in next meeting. My colleague Jill DeCaro, John Murphy, Kevin Garcia. They all give their best time. They sacrifice their family time and serve the township of Old Bridge and the people of Old Bridge with the dignity and honesty. So I wish all 3 best of luck in future, whatever you do. If I can be any help, please reach out to me. I am always available. What else I can say? This is the last meeting of the year. I wish everybody happy holiday Merry Christmas, happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. And may God bring a peace all over the world, because today somebody mentioned shooting in Australia and recently in Rhode Island at the Brown University. So this world is getting, I don't know where it is going, but I think God will give us a strength to fight this kind of bigotry and violence. Again, we are coming close to the year. Jewish holiday started and Christian holiday will follow right away. So enjoy the holiday and celebrate the new year with the responsible way, in a responsible way. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to start by thanking quite a few people tonight, and it was just too easy to say thank you to everybody. So what I did, I wrote down names, I typed names, I actually typed it up. There's so many people on this list. If you don't mind, I'm going to read them all out because I think they should be acknowledged. I tried doing it on my phone, but I can't see that phone. So I figured out that these young ladies, they do it on the phone, they do it like it's nothing. I got to read it on a piece of paper. So really, I just wanted to start, if you don't mind. So I may put my head down to read because I don't want to forget anybody. So this is how it's going to start. Good evening, everyone. As most of you know, this is my last council meeting as your Ward 1 councilman. I'm not going away. I just won't be on this days for the next couple of years. I want to thank my wife, Patricia, who personally walked with me during my initial campaign for months. We probably walked miles. She totally supported me during this time and has since. I want to thank Senator Owen Henry, who was mayor back in 21 when I started my campaign. I also want to thank current Mayor Walker, Mary Soho, Anita Greenberg-Belli, Eric DePalma, and Anthony Peschitti, who were the incumbent Republican council members who supported me with open arms. I also want to thank Councilman Darren Astatuli for all of his support since joining our Republican team. I couldn't be any more thankful for all of their support. It was an honor showing up at all the council meetings with you and serving as your Ward 1 councilman for the past 4 years. I believe we have become lifelong friends. I want to thank the residents who supported me to become their councilman 4 years ago and who continue to support me with this past election. I couldn't have done it without you. It was definitely a privilege to serve as your councilman. It was certainly a learning experience. All of us on this dais work very hard to make Old Bridge the best it can possibly be. I'm halfway there. I also want to thank our business administrator, Anna Phelps, Police Chief Tom Matagna, Public Works Supervisor Casey Lenning and his team, Parks and Recreation Supervisor Matt Mercurio and his team, Township Clerk Kate Hutchinson and her team, Sonia, Alex, Linda, Township Attorney Mark Roselli, he knows everything, I tell you. Engineering Department Nicole Shapiro and Fred Kish, Planning Department Venus Sawant, Finance Department Dawn Swoboda. I also want to thank Captain McCauley, Lieutenant Herb Doctors, and all of the police personnel who come to the council meetings to keep us safe. I'm sure I probably missed a few names, and I apologize. All of you had made my life as a councilman much easier. You always took the time to answer my calls, my texts, and my emails in a timely fashion. Old Bridge has the best leaders in the state, and we will continue to grow and get better. To all the naysayers, I ask that we all do better and stop with all the negativity. With all the negativity going on in this state and country, let us be the town that stays positive and works through its issues. We all live in Old Bridge for a reason. Safety, great schools, and great neighborhoods. I believe we can work through these issues. We have more in common than not. I also want to congratulate the new councilmen coming on board and for serving with Jill and John the past 4 years. Again, I thank you for all your support and leadership. I'd like to offer my condolences to all the victims and their families from the horrific shootings that took place last week. May you all have a Merry Christmas, a happy and healthy and safe New Year, a Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa. And I did forget, and I saw them today, Jacob and Michael, for all their help as well. So if I missed anybody, I truly apologize. I thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Councilman Murphy.
Okay, I want to thank you, Councilman Garcia, because I thought mine was going to be long, and it probably will be longer than yours, and I just want to talk about myself and Old Bridge. It's going to be a little different tonight. Okay, I'm probably the oldest living member in Old Bridge Township, resident in Old Bridge Township. I moved here in 1959. I was 5. The population, and I haven't left, the population was 12,000. It's now between 75 and 80,000. In 1962, I was in the Cub Scouts. I was 8 years old. We went on a trip to Jake Brown Road, place called the Nike site. It used to be a barracks, an army barracks. We went there, and they showed us where the dogs fought with the people with the rubber stuff and everything. Then they say, we're gonna have a special gift for you. So they said, everybody stand back. We stood back, the ground slid back, and up came rockets. I was like, wow, rockets, we didn't know anything. Now, as I got older, my father told me they were nuclear rockets, which it protected the East Coast from Florida to Maine. It was we were the biggest ones there. So I just have to understand, you have to understand, Old Bridge was a very important thing. Ferry Road. When I first moved here, it was a dirt road. There was no Route 18. The 2 Marlboro roads connected. That was like the main road. We used to dump our garbage right by Kindercare because there was no garbage thing. We dumped the garbage, and it was a dirt road, and every day they had to drop oil down here, like some environmental thing. But that's what they had to do to keep the dust down. Then there were 2 beaches. We were Madison Township, and there were 2 beaches. We had tags for them. One was Lake DeHernal, and the other one was Lawrence Harbor. Now, Lawrence Harbor is where my parents used to come. It had rides, it had everything. In fact, when I was working, my 2 bosses used to run one rode the roller coaster, and the other one ran the Ferris wheel. So I'm just letting you know, Old Bridge has come a long way. I had 2 friends on off Cindy Street and 9 around the corner from me. They had a horse farm. It was one lane each way on Route 9. They would ride their horses up and down the shoulder. My cousin came, he goes, what's going on here? I said, they live here, and that's the way it was. Then Lake DeHernal, we had a beach pass for it. So, and also, I worked for the MUA for 50 years. Yeah, 50, with the time I spent on the commissioners. I'm going to blow my own horn. I was nominated from the head of the water department from DEP nominated me licensed water operator of the year my last 2 years, 2014 and 2015. I served the MUA for 50 years, like I said, counting that. And I also worked I was licensed operator for Milltown, and I worked with New Brunswick and Middlesex Water. So that's what I did for my life. And I just said I had a rough years, left 4 years recently, and that's why I missed a lot of meetings. I had a liver transplant, as most of you know. And that's what I want to say. I just want to let you know that Old Bridge has meaning stuff. And it's that Indian cemetery right there on Route 34. I had nothing to do with that. I just rode past it. But I want to thank everybody on the council. I enjoyed serving with everybody. And I just want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and happy Kwanzaa. And that's about all I have to say, and I thank you for listening.
Councilman Pasquini.
Well, Kevin Garcia, I am gonna miss you, man. You know, you sat next to me for all these years, and we had a blast. And we gave Mary a hard time, didn't we?
It wasn't me, man. It wasn't me.
It was really, really enjoyable working with you, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you.
Gonna miss you. So just Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you.
Council Vice President, Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes. As we mentioned before, there was the Employee Appreciation Day, and I was so glad to attend that event since the beginning, since it's been going on. And really, it just highlights every department, how much is accomplished every year, that people don't realize what goes on to make this town move in the positive direction that it goes, that everyone together, synchronized, works very hard. Also, just recently with the road department, with the snowstorm, not a call from anyone. It was a, very big storm compared to the year past, but everything was really good. But I do want to just pick, when going to the appreciation luncheon, it's really special to hear every department and head department speak about their department and highlight everything they do. So I just want to just highlight recreation, because I don't think people realize when Matt was speaking how much the recreation department covers. And I'm not leaving out anyone. I just picked someone because I got his speech from him, and I'm not going to say everything, but I will highlight some of the things. So people don't realize that that encompasses Camp Robin, the Silver Lining Center, the food bank, before and after care, summer camp, and the Municipal Alliance. Culture, arts, parks, and everything that each one of those segments of the recreation department does, it's phenomenal what they cover and how much they provide for this town. You can always find something to complain about, but if you look into what they accomplish and what they do, it is really outstanding. But some of the projects that happen, where we say, when you don't realize how much your town does provide for you and how much it does on every level, and we try to improve every year, new programs. They're very open to hearing different things with what goes on. But from the Parks and Recreations Department, it takes from the youngest segment of our population to the oldest, and shows that they care about everybody. So in Parks Recreation, also just some of the projects that we did, and I just want to highlight this, that people don't realize what they do. And when you think of all the acres that are involved and taking care of them throughout, but they updated new turf at both Lower Gike multi-use fields. There was a new pavilion at Gike and Cottrell Farm Park. New boilers at the arena. They've installed automatic locking bathroom doors at Cottrell and Menino Park and will expand to other parks in the future. New irrigation system on Higgins Soccer Complex. Updates roof at all of our buildings that are located in Parks and Ice Arena. New floors throughout this entire building. And people, this is just one. And so since Matt highlighted these eloquently, I said that I'm picking this out because this goes on in every department. It takes a lot to run a town. It's an expensive thing now. When we just tonight, where people just say, listen, we want to provide everything that's affordable for everything, but when you have wages going up, for example, for before and after care, for the summer camp, everything, health insurance going up for employees, it is hard to maintain anything. And when you think how much is it for every family now with taxes, I was just reading what they're doing now with the taxes. Oh, let's see, the gas tax is going up again, the tolls on the road. It's a burden for everybody. But what we're accomplishing in this town with the amount of money that we get for every department, I just want to say kudos to everybody. And really, to our business manager, this was appreciation for all departments, department heads, and their employees. But the business administrator, she's holding it all together and making sure that everything goes in the right direction. And I want to thank you, Anna, because it is not an easy job. And I know personally, you get here at 6 in the morning. Yeah, I could reach you anytime. And at night, you're the one collecting information from every department and disseminating and making this wheel go round and round so it works. So please, when everyone comes up, we are here to help everybody. We want everyone to be comfortable in this town, to prosper, that their needs are met. But it is not an easy task, and there are problems often, and we will work through them, and we will get it done and do the best thing for everybody. But we have to be fair, and we have to be sensible when they do these things. But I was just like very impressed every time that I go there, and also for each person, how much they give of themselves, and they come up with new ideas all the time, and really they share ideas. So really, we should be fortunate that we do live in Old Bridge, and we have such, when you say diversity, we're 42 square miles. That is phenomenal to take care of that on every level, from the police department, from road department, recreation department, everything involved. And when we're, right now, have mandates from the state that we have to work through that. So it's a balancing act all the time. It's real easy to be critical, but I think you have to be fair and sensible, learn about these things, inform yourself, and really, I think all of us coming together, it's going to be a wonderful thing when you take a pause, and instead of just focusing on things that can't get done, let's think how we're going to get it done and make it better all the time for every resident in Old Bridge, young and old. And with that, I wish everyone a blessed holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and a healthy and happy New Year. Enjoy your family, friends, and remember those, and then reach out to those that need help. Thank you.
Council President Sohar.
Okay, well, I'd like to first of all naturally wish everybody a great holiday season. No matter how you celebrate, it's family and friends, and hopefully everyone will have a very nice holiday season. As far as I'd like to thank naturally Jill and John and Kevin for their service on the council. They have brought their wisdom, and we appreciate what they've given to the community, and it is a lot to be said. Thank you very much. Kevin, as far as friendship with you, sometimes friendship comes a little later in life, you know, and I'm very happy to have that friendship, you and your wife. I think that's very special to me, and you really are. I also think that what Anita said was right. There's a lot of good going on and a lot of positive. Yes, can we do? Of course, everybody can try to do more or think of things to make it better. But we also have to appreciate what we do have, and having the staff that we have here in town is to be appreciated. Just the Route 9 statistics show our new chief of police, well, he's not new anymore, but our chief of police is really making inroads and positive inroads for us to be safe in this community. I think he's doing a phenomenal job. He really, really is. And that's just one component. And Casey, again, the snow, whether it was on the streets or up in the air tonight, that was quite a show when it started to snow. So your heart is really in the right place. You're always trying to find something that will make this town better. And thank you, really. That was, the kids went crazy for the snow. That was, whosever idea that was, kudos. It was really a good thought, you know. But anyway, thank you all for coming and participating. And again, it's good to hear different opinions. Last but not least, Lake Ridge did a food drive this week, and that was very much appreciated for the food bank. They collected how much food, Matt? 2 trucks? Okay, so this is what happens when a community comes together and tries to help. They heard that we could use some extra food this time of year, and they really did pitch in. So to Lake Ridge, thank you very much for all the food that was donated. And everybody, just have a great holiday season. Thank you.
Council President? Council President?
Yes, yes.
Before we close, I would.
That's what I want.
Oh.
You go right ahead.
I would just like to thank Jill, John, and Kevin for their service to the town. Serving on the council, people don't realize it's more than just sitting up there for the meetings. It's a lot of work. You put in a lot of hours talking to residents, helping them, and it's really a lot of work. I just want to thank them so much. I do happen to have a personal relationship with Kevin, so I'm really going to miss him. During the snowstorm, I fell and hurt my back, and him and his wife came over, and they cleaned my car up and shoveled my walkway for me. So he's a really good, kind person. He really is. Yeah. And I also want to thank all our employees as well. We are so blessed in this town to have like the best employees. I don't want to name anyone in particular, but I do. Anna is the glue that holds everyone together. She literally does not go home. She has a bed in the office, and she's here all the time, and she does a phenomenal job. And I just want to thank her, and I want to wish everyone a wonderful holiday season, whatever you celebrate, and a happy, and most of all, a healthy New Year. Thank you.
And, sorry. I just wanted to also thank Jill, John, and Kevin for welcoming me the last 2 years to be your business administrator, whether it was via text message, phone call, emails. I enjoyed working with all three of you. You know, I know that I answered probably your emails and calls faster than anyone before, but I think that we did some great work the last 2 years. We took care of some great initiatives, and all three of you will be surely missed. And if you need anything from my office, you know where to find me. I do not have a bed in there. It's too cold in that office.
So we need a motion to actually adjourn, but enter executive session for public contract negotiations and affordable housing litigation update for Trecton Village. Can I get a motion? Move it. Wait a minute. Moved by Councilman DePalma. Who seconded? Councilman Asatuli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Yes. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy. Councilman Pasquini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
What does that say? 8:52? 8:52 p.m.